Today we will be searching the beautiful Lamar Valley in Yellowstone National Park. Behind me is Butte, the place where we believe warm waters halt. At this point, we're going to take it in the canyon down and see if we can find the home of Brown. We came not far, but too far to walk, a few miles down the road, and this theme will continue a little bit farther. Behind me is the Yellowstone Institute, and it is formerly known as the Buffalo Ranch. In behind it, in this direction, that is Bison Peak. So is this considered being put in below the home of Brown? It possibly could be. Also, if you look towards the river in the Lamar Valley, you will see herds of buffalo. These herds of buffalo in Yellowstone are considered genetically pure, unlike buffalo in other areas of the United States that have been mixed with domestic cattle, and in their genes show that. So that may be an important factor for the home of the Brown, that they are genetically pure. Behind me, down the road here, is a narrow canyon. And is that the canyon down? So far, we went from where warm waters halt, follow it to the canyon down, put in below the home of Brown, which could be the Buffalo Ranch and the buffalo herds that roam the Lamar Valley. Next, where we will put in below the home of Brown. Hi, welcome back. Well, so far all of our clues have led us to this area that we're standing at right now. Is this the area where it's no place for the meek? Possibly. This area has bison or buffalo. It has mountain lions, it has wolves, and it has grizzly bears. And also the trail is very steep. So could it be no place for the meek? We believe so, and we believe that that is this trail here, which is the old Fossil Forest Trail. They don't call it by that name anymore, but is it a coincidence that Forrest Fenn and Fossil Forest have two F's? Possibly. There are also some other things on this trail that also fit some of the clues that are brought up in his poem. Maybe you'll see things that we didn't, or maybe it'll give you ideas for your search in the future. In this area here, we believe that they had the Crystal Creek elk V-trap set up. The Park Service operated it until the early 1970s. What they would do is they would use helicopters and herd up large herd of elk into a big V-pin trap. Once there, they would either load some of them up and ship them out to other locations. They would shoot and butcher some for meat, but for most of the elk, they were shot and killed and bulldozed into trenches. And in the early 70s, there was such public outcry, and the Park Service was embarrassed, so they ceased those operations. Is this where the end is ever drawing nigh? Well, I believe that it was for the elk that died and got bulldozed and buried here. If you look out along the landscape also, and I'll turn around, and you'll see some really large rocks protruding from the big meadows that are here. Those are from glaciers from the Ice Age that moved these rocks down here. So will your effort be worth the cold? Does that actually fit or not? We shall see, and we'll continue up the trail a little bit farther and see what we run into next. From here you can see Bison Peak off in the distance. Down below us here is Crystal Creek, down in that draw. It could mean that when he says there'll be no paddle up your creek, that could mean you're not actually in a creek, that you're paralleling one most of the way up on the trail. And heavy loads and water high, well, definitely coming up this steep trail is heavy loads. Can an 80-year-old man do it? Possibly, if he took his time. Here we are at the top of one portion of Specimen Ridge, and what an unbelievable view of the Lamar Valley all the way around. Looking down, I see some hikers coming up, but at this point what we're looking for now is the blaze. So what could a blaze be? So as we said before, what is a blaze? One possible scenario that we thought about was petrified wood. Petrified wood has a blaze of color, and it is frozen in time, so it may be worth the cold. Is this where it could be at? Up in the petrified forest, the fossil forest of Forrest Fenn. We're going to take a quick look around the area and see if our theory works out. And if not, then this is just what we've searched. You may search the same area and actually find it here. Well, I came down the hillside from the top, and this is another large petrified tree. Doesn't look like there's anything that I could see where you could hide it in. It's you know, you're in the wood. This is something that would last 1,000 years, like he talked about, you know, where it would last and be protected. But either I didn't find it in this area, or it may not be in this area. But one of the greatest things is that we've had a wonderful hike today, and it was fun looking in the fossil forest for it. And the views from here are absolutely fantastic. And all I can say is join us again next time for another treasure search. And we'll be going to a new location. We have several solves worked out, and we'll share those with you. I hope that you've enjoyed it today, and I hope that we've helped some people in their solves. And you know, if you have any suggestions, I know that you'll let us know whether they're good or bad. But thank you very much for joining us on this hike today.